Astrology, the zodiac, it governs everything on Earth. The energies of the cosmos and the stars, they stream down and they spell everything on Earth. This is why things move in cycles. If you look back in history, history repeats itself because the cycles of the planets repeat themselves. Until we become conscious and become conscious mages and start to understand the magic and the energy that's being cast upon us, and until we ascend it, and we ascend out of the spells, out of the astrology, the wheel, until we do that, we're always governed by the wheel, we're always governed by the 12 astrology signs. When we get the awareness, when we become actual true mages on this plane and become enlightened, we ascend outside of the 12, so they don't govern us anymore. We govern ourselves, and we can actually work with the 12 and command the 12, like spirit guardians, to assist us in our magic in our lives. Our ancestors would pilgrimage to different holy sites, and if you think about the UK, there's so many megaliths, so stone circles, there's quoits, there's churches, cathedrals, there's castles everywhere. And these castles, these megaliths, the stone circles, the monuments, they were all built out of stone and on ley lines. So ley lines are energy lines that stream through the earth, and they were also built aligned to the star constellations. So there's maps that will tell you where in the UK the different star constellations are streaming in through, and that means that as everything grows in that specific area of land, it's growing with the energy that it's aligned to. Let's say, for example, Aberdeen, and I'm making this up because I'd need to check the maps, but Aberdeen in Scotland, let's say it's aligned to Capricorn. It's not. Let's pretend it is. Then everything in Aberdeen will be growing with a Capricorn type energy. And so this is the same across the world. So this is why different accents appear in different lands, and different types of magic in different lands. The magic in Ireland is different to the magic in, say, England, because they're governed by different star constellations, different gods really, different celestial beings and energies. Our ascended masters, our ancestors, they would go on pilgrimages and visit the different sites, because they would go to the different areas, the different land, and they would collect the energy, the light, the magic, the healing, the DNA activation from every single area, so that they could collect the light from the different star constellations that these megaliths were aligned to, and that would awaken them in different ways. It would activate. We have like 12 cranial nerves in our brain, one for each of the zodiacs. So it's like it awakens more and more of you. It opens you up more and more the more that you collect this energy and this light. So they would go and travel, and they would receive the light and the energy and the healing and the DNA activation of these different areas, these different lands, and they would follow the zodiac. They'd follow the sun. The sun is in so many myths, like for example, the sun is King Arthur, and you've got the 12 Knights of the Round Table. That's King Arthur is the sun. The 12 lights of the round table are the 12 zodiac. Jesus Christ was the sun. The 12 disciples was the 12 signs of the zodiac, all incarnate into human. So there's this 12, and there's the sun basically in loads of different myths. So they would follow the sun as the sun travelled through the zodiac. The ascended masters or our ancestors, they would pilgrimage and visit the different megaliths or the different castles that were aligned to the specific zodiac the sun was in. So we're in Cancer season at the minute. Truly, the name actually is Canera. It isn't Cancer. The word Cancer is a negative spell to be casting on yourself. If you say, oh, I am a, and then you say that word, if that's your star sign, it's a bad spell to put on yourself. The true name of Cancer is actually Canera. We're in Canera light at the minute, which is governed by the moon. And if you go to a megalith or a castle that's aligned to Canera, you'll receive like 10 times the activation and awakening, because that megalith is currently activated because the sun is in that area. So it almost like illuminates and awakens and activates the portals or the ports within those spaces. So they would follow the sun and visit every single megalith. As the sun moved into the new season, the ascended masters would follow the land around to the new places, and they would go around for a whole year collecting the energy and the light of the 12. Here's the thing though. Once you understand that, once you understand the energies of the cosmos, then you can learn how to tap into those energies without needing to visit the sites. You can just work directly with the celestial, with the stars, with the heavens, with the gods and the angels, and you can also be aware of those elements within yourself and do the healing work on yourself to make yourself a well-rounded mage, to ascend yourself as a soul without needing to physically go and visit every single area. So I did the physical pilgrimage. I did that from lockdowns onwards. My sole mission was I travelled the whole of the UK visiting the megalites, and I got the physical connections and I got the energies of them all. And I also attained my enlightenment and ascended the 12. Now, what I'm doing with my Mage Masters Temple, it's a membership on my Ora Zakara website, is we are moving through the zodiac. We're already in Canera, so we started in Aries and we've gone through. We're currently in Canera. And we're looking at the elements of Canera within our own lives. So Canera being the divine feminine, governed by the moon, about nurturing, mothering, being in your receptive energy. And we're going to be working with the elements and the energy of Canera to heal ourselves in those ways, to tick off our Canera light. Yep, we've healed our Canera energy, we've strengthened our energy, we've done all the healing work and everything associated with Canera light. And then once Leo season turns up, we're going to then be working on Leo, and we're moving through the zodiac in that way. If you wanted to join and get the Canera healing, you could just join for 1 sunth, which means 1 month, and cancel your membership if it wasn't what you thought, or stay as long as you want, stay for the whole of the rest of the zodiac and get the energy and the light from the different seasons that we'll be traveling throughout the year, all the way until April 2026 is when this is going to end. And that's when the whole celestial year starts again. Sending you so many blessings. You have the best ray ever, and might the light guide you home. Ta-ra.